Occupational Health Directorate amongst us. He is also in the person of Mr. Williams. Yes, Mr. Francis Xavier. His Excellency is one of the finest first-class graduates from the Department of Public Health, in the person of Mr. Ibrahim Surajuddin, popularly known as Raj. Yes, he's also here with us. Joining us as well is Miss Victoria Malidoma. She's also a postgraduate student reading MSc Public Health. Seated right next to her is Mr. Jonifa, who is equally a postgraduate student, ladies and gentlemen. As and when our dignitaries walk in and then we get the list, we would acknowledge them equally. But most importantly is you, the public health student who is seated here, gracing the event, making it successful. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for yourself. I must commend you, you all looking stunning in your uniforms. And then our dear occupational health student, please, when I say public health, it doesn't mean those reading BSc Public Health alone. Occupational student is a branch of public health as well. So let's equally do it for our dear occupational health students here with us this morning. Yes, we are moving on to take an address from our HOD. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Engineer Professor Isaac Moni as he gives us his address.
Prof. Chairman, other senior members, invited guests, executives of SI, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our cherished students. I welcome you all to this very special occasion that marks the 6th anniversary of the Public Health Students Association. 6 years ago, the Department of Public Health was carved out of the Department of Environmental Health and Sanitation Education. It became immediately obvious that the Public Health Students Association would come to life one day. I'm grateful to Dr. Dennis Yah for his immense contribution to shaping this association and serving as the first patron of PHSA. So thank you very much, Dr. Yah, wherever you are. I know you couldn't come, but wherever you are, thank you very much, Dr. Yah. Today, as the second patron, I stand before you to celebrate how far the Public Health Students Association has come. Prof. Chair, 6 years is a short time in the life of an institution, but it is long enough to test whether the vision that started it was real or just fashionable. Allow me to say with great pride that the Public Health Students Association has proven its vision to be real. Consider what these young students have done. Through their own initiative, sacrifice, and partnership, this association has donated teaching and learning materials, including projectors, a laptop, public address systems, monitors, and many more to this university. This is valued at over 40,000 Ghana cedis. Let that figure rest with you for a moment. 40,000 Ghana cedis worth of teaching and learning materials. Let's clap for our executives. You've done well. This is not money wasted by students. This is value created by students and giving back to the institution that is grooming them. There can be no clearer expression of gratitude and no finer example of leadership than this gesture. But the Public Health Students Association has refused to stop there. This association now intends to support the university in building a skills and innovations lab for the Faculty of Environment and Health Education. Ladies and gentlemen, this is precisely where our theme for this Durbar comes alive. We cannot speak of empowering future public health leaders with the skills for innovation and then leave them without the space in which skills are sharpened and innovation is tested. The laboratory is more than equipment and walls. It's a promise that the next generation of public health practitioners will be trained not to just recite what they know, but to discover what is yet to be known. And there is even more. The Public Health Students Association has introduced a scholarship scheme providing financial assistance to support students. And this to me is the most tender achievement of all. Because behind every scholarship lies a simple, painful truth that too many of us know. Some of our brightest students do not fail for lack of ability. They defer, they drop out, they quietly disappear from our lecture halls because of financial resources that they don't have. And therefore, the Public Health Students Association has looked that truth in the eye and decided to act. We firmly believe that no student should have to surrender their dream because of financial hardship. And to support a student in completing their education is to change not just one life, but a family and often a whole community. And I applaud PHSA for putting in place this initiative. Prof. Chair, this brings to me why this gathering matters beyond the celebration. Public health is the work of the community. We don't improve the health of our people by treating just one patient at a time alone. We do so by changing conditions, spreading knowledge, building systems, and raising leaders who carry that mission long after they leave this university. That is the impact our theme calls for, community impact. And it's the reason I make a direct appeal today to all stakeholders gathered here. To our partners, to the Municipal Assembly, Municipal Health Directorate, to philanthropists, to alumni, to industry, and to all friends of this faculty. This association has shown you what it can do with little resources. Imagine what it can do with your support. The Skills and Innovation Lab needs your support. The Scholarship Fund needs you. These students have already shown what they are. They are worthy investments. They have invested in this university first. And I ask you sincerely to come and stand with them. To our students gathered here today, I want to say that you are the heartbeat of this occasion. And let me speak to you directly. You have been generous, you have been industrious, you have been visionary. But the greatest contribution you can make to public health is the people you are becoming, impact makers. Be the leaders who go into hard-to-reach communities. Do not be afraid to go into rural communities. Be the innovators who solve old problems with new tools. And be the one who, years from now, will look back on the struggling students on this campus and quietly pay their fees as someone once did for you. That is how legacies are built, not in monuments, but in multiplied kindness and competence. Senior members and staff, I thank you for supporting this association. And I say that patrons may carry the title as patrons of the association, but it is your daily guidance that gives it life. Prof. Chair, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, 6 years ago, we planted the seed of PHSA. Today, we celebrate a tree that is already bearing fruit and providing shade to many students, thousands of students. Let us water it together so that on the day this association marks 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, even 50 years, those who gather will say of us, they did not just dream of empowering public health leaders, but they build the skills, the infrastructure, and the support that made those leaders possible. And I want to congratulate Public Health Students Association for 6 amazing years of impact. May God bless this association, may God bless this great university, and may God bless our beloved nation, Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you to Prof. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it one more time for Prof. I'd like to inform you all that we are live on Nyame Enehene TV on YouTube. Nyame Enehene TV, where our very own brother Solomon Kunlan is behind it. Yes, so we are live on YouTube. People are watching us. As we are seated, let's all put on a smile. Once the camera gets to you, know that you are live out there. At this juncture, I would like to take the opportunity to introduce some few more people who have joined us for this occasion. In our midst is my very own successor, the 31st President of Ameniampongho JCRC, in the person of His Excellency Christian York Tufo Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, Ameniamponana Enono. He came in with the council attorney for the JCR in the person of Council Safo Kofi Kantanka. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's do it for them. They are our very own people. That's the best part. Or when you know your public health for. So what you say? They come from our department, so we should be very proud that our department is producing a lot of student leaders. Are we getting it? Also here with us is the current local NUCS president in the person of His Excellency Samuel Nampare. He is also a level 400. He is the level 300 public health student as well. And also with us is the JCRC secretary, Miss Erica Fodro, who is the secretary to the president and the entire Junior Common Room Council. Please, let's give her a round of applause as well. And then I would like to acknowledge some few partners who have equally contributed to make our FISA Week celebration a great one. We have with us some DS Driving School, who is in charge of all driving affairs. They are in charge of, if you are interested in learning how to drive, please, you can see them. In due time, they would come and speak with us, and then I'll put their contact out so you can equally contact them. And we have a team from the Ghana Pay, which is absolutely free. If you haven't registered, right after the of our NSS allowances would be paid. So you need to register once you're a student. Get registered. Chiefs of the Titans as well, whom I cannot introduce to the public, but he is here with us. Igwe, you are highly welcome. So, moving on, for every event or program, we have a chairman. Yes, for every event or program, we have a chairman. And so, for this, our event, it's about time we introduce the chairman for the occasion. And to do us the honors is our very own Welfare and Health Committee Chairperson in the person of Miss Bridget Wapadi.
It is my honor and privilege to introduce the chairman for today's occasion. He is an associate professor of environmental health. He has a background in biochemistry, water supply, environmental sanitation, and waste management. With over 15 years of experience in research, teaching, and consultancy services. He is an ordained minister and is married with 4 children. He has been with UEW to Amstead since 2011, serving for about 15 years. Currently, he is the Dean of the Faculty of Environment, Environment and Health Education. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Reverend Professor Bismarck Jumfo Asari.
Oh, let's do it better, not just for her, but for our chairman as well. Chair, please take a seat first. Before we take your address, we would want to take a poetry recital first, before the chairman's address is taken. So we are taking a poem recitation from our very own Miss Beatrice Sewa. So let's welcome her, ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding applause.
Thank you, MC. Mr. Chairman, the HOD of our department, distinguished guests present, good afternoon. Once again, my name is Ms. PHSA, and I'm a third occupational health and safety student. The poem I'm about to recite is titled, The Shield in the Hands. We gather today where joy is complete, as family and friends in this homecoming meet. But the joy of our land and the strength of our soul relies on the public health to keep everyone whole. It is water made pure, it is sickness defied, the shield of prevention we wear with great pride. And what of the hands that have helped build up this place? They deserve to work safely with honor and grace. Occupational safety is the vow we must swear to guide us to the field out may return home safely. So let this homecoming stand for a cause to protect all our people without any pause. With wellness at home and security at work, we conquer the dangers that silently lurk. Today, as we celebrate free, let us speak for the vulnerable. Lifting our voices, we flourish through a healthy and safe community. Thank you.
Oh, let's do it better. Come on. Thank you very much, Ms. Beatrice. We've equally been joined by the local NUCS treasurer, who is equally a public health student, in the person of Mr. Kenneth Owusu-Ansah. Please give us a wave so we can see you. And also with us is the SRC, yes, the SRC, and then equally the local NUCS Women's Commissioner, Ms. Huseima Katumin. She is also a public health photography. So all the photographs and videos we are going to see after the event is from Magma Photography. Magma, give us a wave, let's see you, come on. He is a student of our very own institution as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time we hear from the chair for the occasion. So he would give us his remarks as to whether he accepts to chair the event or not. So let's welcome our very own Dean of Faculty with a resounding applause, Professor Bismarck Jomfo, as he gives us his acceptance speech.
Thank you, Mr. MC. The HOD, Department of Public Health Education, our distinguished guests who are here with us, faculty members, student leadership from PHSA, as well as campus university student leadership, members of staff that are here, our cherished general students, and as well as students of the public health department, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. I duly accept to be the chairperson for this important endeavor. And as I accept, I also want to ask the permission to, on my behalf, my own self, to present a short also speech as well, because of time. I like the lady who came to give the poem, very powerful. And then what came to my mind is that then there should be another program sort of, or a course, maybe public health and poetry science or something, as a way of communicating effectively to our local people. If you go to funerals and certain occasions, you see that when we are playing or people are giving poems and dirges, the local people seems to pay attention, they seems to understand, they seems to appreciate better. So please, Madam Sewa, is it Sewa? Yes. Please keep it up. And I want to believe that this is a sign of also innovation and skills and talent that can also impact life. For me, it's a great opportunity to be here as the Dean of the Faculty of Environment and Health Education. and as well as the chair for this occasion. This annual week celebration, during my opening session, I also said it offers PHSA the opportunity, not only PHSA, but our partners. All those who are here, our partners, the invited guests, and even other student leaders, they are all our partners. And the leadership of the faculty for reflection towards progressive development and community impact. It's time for us to see if we are giving this team, which is empowering future public health leaders, innovation, skills, and community impact, then we need to ask ourselves, what are we be able to achieve? What are we be able to do? And what is the way forward? And most of us here, as the lady rightly said, are practitioners. Some of us are decision makers. And some of us are also part of the general public. So we should all be concerned for our health and safety. So it is not surprising that it is not only public health students that are here, we also have occupational health and safety here. And I want to believe that because I'm also a father of the faculty, if we have environmental health students or members here, I also need to duly acknowledge them. Now, PHSA, I know, has come far, as the HOD articulated. And I can personally look back, way back 2020, from the years of 2020 to 2022, when I was also appointed as the foundation head of the Department of Public Health Education. And I remember working with the first batch of the public health students, our student, the first batch, where we were trying to, work towards establishment of PHSA. By then, public health students were part of ISAC. And there were a lot of zeal, passion, agitation. They thought you could just straight away break away. And I said, no, everything goes with process. So let's follow the due process. And I remember our first committee was to look at our uniform. And now the uniform that you see, the first batch guys team work hard towards that. So that is why I mentioned that PHSA has come far. It started as HOD articulated way back 2020. That was August. And I remember our first meeting in UW. When we finished, then we wanted to, I think we had to go back again. Then we were called that it's no more UW, but now USTED. And fortunately now we are also USTED. So you have come far, so clap for yourself. And repeating what HOD said, it also means that I cannot discount the successes